Sorry, I just have to say this, but after a long week and a half of absence, finally, John's Wrestling Views has come back to YouTube. Great time for a wrestling fan, as I've mentioned in weeks past. The road to WrestleMania continues, and quite frankly, as WrestleMania gets closer and closer, wrestling's getting more and more exciting. Seeing all these returns lately, I can't even remember right off the bat a single WrestleMania where we've seen this many returns taking place, just getting closer and closer to the big event. Got a bunch of people who've returned and don't really have anything going for him yet for the grandest stage of them all. Look at Evan Bourne. He returned and beat Sheamus, not this last Monday, but the week before that on Raw. What's next for him? Is he going to have some sort of match at WrestleMania? Christian is another one, clearly going after Del Rio. I'm still hoping that maybe we'll see Edge, Del Rio, and Christian in a triple threat match at WrestleMania. And quite frankly, if they want to bring in ratings, I'll admit they're doing a great job with the Edge Del Rio rivalry, at least a lot better than I thought they would. But if you want to really bring in those ratings for your big show, why don't you put Christian in there too? Kind of spice things up. But then you got the ones that do mean something. Triple H and The Undertaker are the two big ones. Now facing each other at WrestleMania in a no-holds-barred match. The Rock has returned to guest host WrestleMania. Still not for sure what he's thinking his absolute role will be other than guest host. After last Monday's Raw, I'm thinking more towards triple threat matches. The Miz is tired of being ignored. I mean, put yourselves in the Miz's shoes. Other than the fact that he's cocky, arrogant, and claims he's awesome. But him and John Cena have a match set for WrestleMania. And John Cena's just blowing the Miz off, looking towards The Rock as they're having this huge war of words. There's no way they're not going to do anything about it come WrestleMania. The Rock's got to have some sort of impact with there other than being the guest host. But The Miz, he's going to be at WrestleMania. He's the WWE champion. John Cena's just ignoring him, so Miz kind of proved his point on Monday by attacking Cena and then even doing the people's elbow. Why not make it a triple threat match? Something to think about there. The big news from Monday, though, everybody knew of a certain man who was going to be on Raw. Somebody who's getting ready to host a new season of Tough Enough. Michael Cole has his match with Jerry the King Lawler at WrestleMania, and Cole has announced that Jack Swagger was going to be in his corner at WrestleMania as he's training Michael Cole, getting ready for the big match. But he also got to choose who the referee was. Well, Michael Cole comes out with a contract saying the man who signs this contract will be the referee at WrestleMania. Well, that never goes away, whoever has a contract once. Well, JBL comes out after all this hype thinking it was Austin who would be the referee. JBL comes out making his return in 2 years. I thinking it's probably just a one-night only return, but went on and on, opening his mouth, babbling about how, oh, I've been gone and now I'm back in the main event of WrestleMania. Well, Austin's music plays. Austin first thing stuns JBL. He signs a contract. Stone Cold Steve Austin is in WrestleMania this year as a special guest referee for Jerry the King Lawler and Michael Cole. Good luck, Michael Cole. Dolph Ziggler has, he was never gone from the business in the first place, but now he is signed with Raw. He is the newest member of the Raw roster, and Vicky Guerrero's with him, claiming that they're not dating anymore, they're just business partners. Well, Vicky Guerrero has not earned a spot on Raw yet, so this Monday she's got to face Trish Stratus, and if she wins, she will have her spot on the Raw roster. Good luck with that. I don't see how Trish can lose, but at the same time, I don't see how Vicky can lose. It's going to be interesting. Unless they're trying to find a way to throw Trish Stratus into a WrestleMania match, too, which very well could happen, as we don't really know what kind of Divas match we'll see at WrestleMania. Obviously, Eve and Gail Kim are having trouble with the Bella Twins. LayCool's on the verge of breaking up. Kelly and LayCool are having problems. And then you got, like I've said before, you got Caitlyn running around who's won NXT Season 3. She's entitled to a Divas Championship match when she can cash it in. Why not do it at WrestleMania? The big other story I've noticed, last Friday on SmackDown, it was Kane versus a Big Show. And the Core came out and handed Kane a chair. And Kane used that chair on Big Show, getting himself disqualified. And then the Core come in and start attacking Big Show. And then Kane took that same chair and nailed Justin Gabriel over the back with it. Now I'm starting to think, honestly, I don't know how Kane and Big Show can be a tag team after Kane just waffled him in the back with a chair. But maybe we'll see Kane and Big Show taking on Barrett and Ezekiel Jackson at WrestleMania. You got 4 big powerhouses there. And for a grand stage of them all, it makes sense. I still think, Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel will be defending a tag team titles against R-Truth and Johnny Curtis. So much still on the road to WrestleMania. Where are they going to throw in John Morrison? Christian's one that's still kind of up and getting tossed about. Sheamus lost via countout to Daniel Bryan this last Monday on Raw. Challenged him to a match for this coming Monday, where if Sheamus loses, as for the U.S. title, if Sheamus loses, though, he's leaving WWE. I don't really see Sheamus completely leaving. Maybe it'll be storyline that he'll be the next to get fired. Maybe he's going to go to SmackDown. But who knows? But otherwise, you got Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, Ted DiBiase, Mark Henry, John Morrison, all just kind of hanging out, seeing what to come for WrestleMania. Why don't you put them all in a match? One thing I have to keep in mind, though, if this is anything like WrestleMania's past, there's going to be a huge Battle Royal before the show that'll essentially mean absolutely nothing. But maybe all those people will just make bigger names in the Battle Royal. I say, if you aren't going to have a Money in the Bank ladder match, have some sort of Battle Royal during the show, during the WrestleMania event, and whoever wins that becomes a new #1 contender for the title. Kind of the same Money in the Bank concept, just not a Money in the Bank ladder match. But a lot to run with. I wish I had a say in the company. Obviously, I don't. But I'm sure they'll come up with something good. But once again, thanks for tuning in. I'm John. Have a good one.